I just bought this 2019 Shelby GT350 wrecked off auction, sight unseen. And this thing is hiding a lot of pleasant and not so pleasant surprises.
Hello there.
Talking about surprises, the roof is completely caved in, but the glass didn't break. The front end's smashed, yet the frame is straight. But the worst surprise of all is that even though this car wasn't listed as a biohazard, this car is worse than any other biohazard I have ever seen in my life. And the best part is I found out only after I bought it. But why would I take such a big risk on just a Mustang? Well, that's because this is not a Mustang, this is a Shelby GT350. And that means instead of having a regular 5.0 Coyote, this has a 5.2 flat plane crank 8200 RPM Voodoo engine and is one of the most legendary Ford engines ever made. And it's actually worth almost as much as I paid for this car. So I guess let's go back in time to when I first bought this thing, and we're going to find out whether I got a really good deal or if I just messed up royally. Oh, hey there, quick interruption. In this video, we're going to be doing a lot, like literally cutting the whole roof off of this thing. So if at any point in the video you're thinking, hey, I like this and I want to see more videos like this, feel free to like the video and subscribe. It really helps the channel. But either way, don't want to hold you for too long, so let's get back to the video. It's currently 10:03 p.m., which means that my car could be here in 30 minutes. It could be here in 2 hours. I'm not really sure. Are you excited? Do you think it's going to be a good purchase, or do you think I just made a huge mistake?
It's gonna go like this. Hopefully like this.
Oh, please don't be a bad purchase. Please don't be a bad purchase. Yep, that's it. It's here. It's finally here. There she is. Oh my gosh. It is beautiful. But I found myself distracted by the thought of, what if the engine is bad? I know the listing says run and drive, but what if it doesn't run and drive well?
I think he just blew up his Mustang. Oh my gosh.
Safe to say my emotions were split. I was happy, yet nervous. And it all comes down to this one moment. Okay, so this is truly the first start then. Not even he has started it. Please start and start good.
Good.
1 second. Good. Yes. Oh, I was really pumped that the engine was good because it's like $15,000, but the engine is only one part of this whole equation. We still need to see the damage. Absolutely perfect. What do you think so far?
So far, I'm scared that this is like a mice.
Yeah.
See like this? This is mice.
Yep. So hopefully they didn't eat anything important.
Yeah, and it smells like the mice got inside and died in there.
Okay. It's funny. You were doubting that the roof was bad, but I knew it. I knew it was going to be bad. I couldn't prove it, but yep, it's bad. And this is what I signed up for, I guess. Ooh, it has carbon fiber on the dash.
Look at the tires. Are they any good?
No, not even close. Almost bald. So that means I'll probably have to burn them off. No, this car is way more beautiful in person. Yep, just the bumper. Oh, it does have a sub.
Yeah, it's a dead rat. It's either in here someplace.
Okay. We're going to be on a mouse hunt with this thing because it smells like dead mice or something similar. There's some nibbling on the wiring. So that's probably why not too many people were bidding on it. With that being said, we still paid a lot of money, obviously, but I want to start it one more time, hear it real quick. Whoa! Okay, oh my gosh. So we had some time to look over the car, And here's what we found. The damage at first glance is almost everything we expected it to be, but we won't be 100% sure until we take it apart. One thing we weren't expecting was the smell. In the listing photos, we saw some dog hair and we were expecting a little bit of smell, but this thing smells way worse than we could have ever expected. And that's because mice were added to the equation. But what does that mean for the rebuild? Well, that means we could take two major routes. Either A, we could take the easy route and we could just part this thing out, cut our losses, or B, we turn this into a passion rebuild and we make sure every single thing on this car is looked over and done right. And if you know anything about me, we're going to do the second one. So that means we have to take this thing out of the shop, tear it apart, and see how bad the damage really is. Oh, it smells so bad. Oh my gosh. And piece by piece, it started to come apart, honestly, quite quickly. Against all odds, this AC condenser is still holding pressure. Is this the Shelby badge? Oh, yes! That's a cool piece of wall art right there. Now it doesn't look wrecked, it just looks like it's getting stripped. So the damage is looking about as bad as I expected. The hood is completely ruined, there's no saving that. Fender, I mean, it might be savable. No. Fender is completely toast. The bumper is also completely toast, and everything that is missing is also basically completely toast. And unfortunately, that includes this upper tie bar. Now, this upper tie bar is actually really cool if it was good because it's made out of carbon composite, meaning that it's lighter and stronger than the GT counterpart, but that also means it's very expensive. From the dealer, they want $1,600 just for that one part. And since it's so rare, you can't really find them used or aftermarket, but I do have a plan to save quite a bit of money on it. Somehow with all of this damage, the engine was not even touched at all. The structure of the car also made it out unscathed. Now I know you're probably looking at this right here and thinking, Mark, you are a liar, that's structural and is clearly damaged. But my rebuttal to that is you can just drill out these spot welds, replace this, but the actual structure of the car and even up here was not touched at all. But there is a silver lining because the car actually came with extra parts. That's right, it came with brand new parts, and excuse the mess in here, it's my parts shed. But long story short, it came with a brand new roof and two brand new fenders. They're back there. But that's enough talking about the damage.
Let's get back to it and let's work on it.
Now, the first thing on the list to do is to take out the entire interior. This is going to solve two issues. First, we can go ahead and clean the entire interior one piece at a time, but more importantly, it's going to prep us for replacing the roof, which is going to be a pretty complicated task that we'll talk more about later. In the meantime, the seats came out and we made some minor modifications to get the doors open. But before we could get too far, we got interrupted. Box need to be so tight. Oh my!
Well, take a video of that.
So we found out where all the smell's coming from. It's a combination of dog hair, dog food, and who knows what.
Disgusting!
No wonder it smells like an absolute dump in here. You can't make this up. That is, I don't know if I could even show that on camera. That is repulsive.
That's the reason why I say you need to wash this first, because you're gonna smell this for years if you don't wash it off.
Oh, no. I have never smelled a car that bad, and it's not even close. I'm literally standing 10, 15 feet away, and it's bad. I can smell it from here.
Bone?
A bone? How does a bone even get in there? We're going to pressure wash it out. Hopefully we can get it all out. We found another mouse home, and it's all the way in the middle of the engine. We got the doo-doo voodoo. We're going to call it there for tonight. We're going to pull back into the shop, and start ordering some parts. Now, as much as I want to rip apart the interior, it's actually a lot more important to order the parts first. And that's because once we buy the parts, we have to wait for them. And while we're waiting, we can finish ripping apart the interior. And in case you guys are wondering how much all the parts cost, we're going to do a full cost breakdown at the end of the video. In the meantime, now that they're all ordered, let's get back to the interior. Now for the detectives out there, you might notice that there's more mouse droppings here, even though we just vacuumed it. How is that possible? Oh no. That's right, we found another mouse nest. So that means if there's one in here, it's very likely that there's one in there. And who knows, I might be sitting on one. Yup. That's another mouse nest. Dang it. Like what, how did they even get in here? They ate the insulation and I don't even want to know what's in there. Oh, this is disgusting. Oh, I got one side. I always get one, but I can never find the other. Yes, I got it out and I got the wiring out. Obviously the plugs are all melted in there, so obviously can't keep those. I can't catch a break with this car. Oh my gosh, that one's huge. I'm actually starting to lose count of how many mice are in this thing. I think this is 5, maybe 6. I don't know. What I will say is this one's by far the biggest. When will it end? Oh, it's still soft. That's crazy. Just saying, all of them have been rock hard up to this point, which means they've been dead for a while, but that one was still warm. Yikes. How did he even get in here? To the surprise of absolutely nobody, both of the seats absolutely reek. So I'm going to use this machine to extract as much of the smell out as possible, and hopefully they'll actually start to smell good. To make sure that the seat's fully dry, got them inside right next to the fireplace. So hopefully they're able to cook pretty well.
Nice.
After careful consideration, I've decided that I'm taking out the carpet and I am replacing it. It's been almost a week now of letting it air out and it still smells as bad as the day that I bought it. Oh, thank the Lord. I don't know if this is going to fit in here. I hope to never see that thing ever, ever, ever again.
It's time to go pick up the hood and the bumper, and since we don't have a big SUV or a truck, this is our only option.
Whoa!
We made it here in one piece. Unfortunately, they only have the bumper. We kind of did all of this because we thought we needed the hood. That's unfortunate, but I guess this proves the concept. Or hopefully it will. We haven't made it home yet. We made it back from the dealership in one piece, and we're off again to go pick up the hood. And we're back at the dealer. There you go. We got the hood. Now, I am a little bit concerned because the box has some tears on it, but they said I can check it once we get home, so let's strap it up, and that should be the last part we need. There you go. That ain't going nowhere. I don't think they'll fly out.
12 seconds later.
All of the straps just came off on the freeway, literally completely. I thought I was about to lose the hood. Thank the Lord it didn't. So I'm going to redo that and then back on the road. And there you go, the hood is home. Let's get back to work. Funny enough, this is the first piece we got in the mail and the first piece we need to install. This is a collapsible airbag sensor or something like that. In order to put it in, we have to drop the steering column, take out the sensor and put it in, which we were planning on doing anyways to get the dash out. Oh, wow, that was fast. The first sign that it blew is this little red marker comes out. So you can see this one still popped in. This pops out after it blows. If you look at the other side, you can see this pin is still out. This is the good one.
This is the one that we just took out. It's already popped in. And basically, this pin slides into this hole right here. And then this plate bolts onto the steering column and holds it in place. So when it pops in, it can no longer hold that groove and it doesn't do anything. 4 bolts and we should be good to go. First airbag is technically replaced. Since we already have this out, we should probably take the dash out, make sure there's no mice behind it, and just double check. We don't actually have to take it out. It's just more precaution. There you go, bolts out, and it should just slide out just like that. Buy a GT350, they said. Or actually, no way, he said. Yeah, this was my fault. The dash is officially out, and now we can make sure there's absolutely nothing of any kind inside of it. We'll look through it very thoroughly. I thought we weren't going to find any more surprises. This is the cabin air filter. My guess is this filter is about to be very disgusting. Oh my gosh. What do you think?
Toss it to the neighbors.
Hey, whoever leaves the best comment, I'll send this to you, free of charge. Now that the car is fully gutted and we had the opportunity to evict quite a few mice, it's officially time to switch our focus back to actually fixing this thing. So, after taking off the hood and the fender, I think the best place to start is with the roof. We're almost done disassembling the car. We still have to take out the glass and the roof, but we're going to wait until a professional arrives because I don't want to break the glass.
The next day.
The glass is officially out, and yes, it made it out in one piece, but now it's time to talk about the roof and how we're going to replace it. We took out the glass so we could get to the spot welds to take off the skin. And once it's off, we should just be able to slap the new one on, weld it back on, glue it back on, whatever we have to do, and then paint it. And lucky for us it's black, so we don't have to blend. But there is one last thing we need to do before we can go ahead and start cutting, is we have to take out the headliner. Now I have already done this once, so it shouldn't be that complicated. Just a couple clips up in here, and it should just fall out. I got the headliner out, and as you can see, it is absolutely filthy. I mean, it might be hard to see on camera, but it has like dirt patches in it, and it absolutely smells. So we're going to toss this out. Now up here is my new headliner that I bought. This one actually doesn't smell. I accidentally bought the wrong headliner. If you look right here, it's completely smooth. But since my car is equipped with the tech package, it has a microphone of some kind back here. That means that we're going to have to cut a hole and we're going to have to replace all of the wiring. With that being said, let's go ahead and swap it over and I guess take the roof off. Even though the new headliner came with a new one, I'm going to make sure to reuse this module just in case it's slightly different. That should be everything useful from this headliner, so let's just throw this away. Oh, would you look at that? It is different. This one has an extra plug that this one doesn't have. Just rip this off, out with the old, in with hopefully the new. Now to glue the wiring back on, I'm going to be using E6000. This is like a rubberized glue that doesn't get affected by temperature and is flexible. The only issue with this is that it takes a little bit of time to dry. So I'm going to put the glue, I'm going to use some tape to tape it down temporarily, and it should be good. And just like that, all of the wiring has been replaced and the microphone has been installed. While we let all of the glue dry, let's go ahead and start taking off the roof. Hopefully this gives you a better idea of what I'm actually trying to do. These are the spot welds and there's a couple here and there. We need to drill out all of those spot welds front and back, and then we need to cut the groove this way and hopefully it'll just come off, or at least that's the hope.
Out of all the possible ways I could have been injured while doing this, I was not expecting the door to be the culprit. But either way, back to the main point of the roof. So there's some kind of seam sealer in this groove right here that we're going to have to cut out and pull out. But I've decided I'm going to take out the middle section first because that's going to be easier. And then hopefully I can pull it that way and kind of wiggle it, rip it out. If I'm very careful, I won't have to repaint the quarter panels. If I mess up any part on this little piece right here, I'm going to have to repaint this entire piece. Now to get this piece off, I already kind of sanded down all the spot welds. So I'm just going to use a chisel and I'm going to separate the two panels. I like how I could just stand through my roof. There you go. There you go. Now that the front is done, let's go to the back and then we'll do the sides. I wasn't recording, no. Now the middle section was the easiest part. The harder part is going to be the sides because I need to be very, very careful. I have some bad news. So I was able to get the roof off in this area, but the part that I was most concerned about this entire time is this channel. They used some glue right here to kind of bond the edge, and I thought it was going to be the same glue all throughout this channel. But after prying at it, I actually saw that this was moving and flexing and that it was tearing the metal, which means that somehow it's welded. But that doesn't really make sense to me for a couple reasons. Now, the first reason is if this was welded, you would see the welds, but it's perfectly smooth. Feel free to disagree with me, but that does not look like a weld. So if it's not welded, maybe it's just all one piece. But that doesn't make sense either. Because if you look in here, this is actually part of the roof. It goes in at an angle like that. That isn't welded, that isn't connected, that is a separate piece. Moral of the story, this is somehow connected metal to metal, but I don't understand how. So I'm going to have to do a lot of research, ask the correct people smarter than me, and figure out how to replace this roof the correct way. This kind of sucks because it might take a little bit longer, and this also might mean that we for sure have to repaint the quarter panels. So not ideal. Now it's already after business hours, so I can't really bother anyone to figure it out. So in the meantime, let's do something else. I have everything I should need to go ahead and replace this piece right here. And once this is replaced, we can hopefully put all the radiators and all of that stuff back in, which will put us one more step closer to driving this thing. And just like the roof, to get this thing off, we have to grind down all of the spot welds and rip it off. We need to get this water jug out of the way, which means we have to get this cooler out of the way so that we can get to the spot welds over here. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. There you go. There you go. Something like that. And just like that, the frame has officially been fixed and that looks way better. Turned out great, so let's paint it. As you can kind of see, it's still a little bit wet, but all things considered, that looks pretty good. Now that the structural piece is fixed, we can officially start putting the front end back together. We can't put it back together fully because, you know, we still have to paint it, but we can at least put this back on. This is a brand new radiator from the dealer. It was expensive, but I figured it'd be worth it so I never have cooling issues. There she is in all her glory. Now, as much as I want to just shove that in there, I do need to put the radiator fans on here, which the radiator fans have some issues, so let's go fix those, put them on here,
and get the cooling system sorted. Well, just got interrupted with a package from Lee C Parts, which they also have a YouTube channel and honestly a big inspiration for my channel. They're awesome, check them out. But we just ended up buying a part from them because they parted out one of these on their channel. And since it is used, I'm going to check that it's good real quick because sometimes mistakes are made. So let's check it out real quick. This is where the rebuild actually gets fun. We're actually going to start replacing stuff. This is the old radiator pack, and even though I took it off about 2 weeks ago, this is why I always keep the broken parts so we can compare it to the new parts, make sure there's no differences. So for example, there are 4 slits and this one is a little bit smaller. And would you look at that? 4 slits, this one's a little bit smaller. There's 1 slit up here. Would you look at that? There's 1 slit right there. That piece is the same. Everything looks the same. So all that really matters is if it works, and most likely it will. Yeah, let's move this aside. I'll figure this out later. So this right here is the new radiator fans. You can see it's all dirty in there. I'm not really sure if it's showing up on camera too well. So basically, this one works perfectly good, but this one sounds like it's kind of jammed or rusty. Good news is I have a plan. Now, of course, this one's all twisted like a pretzel, but I think the fan is still good. So I'm going to try to take the fan out of this one, put it into that one, call it a day. There you go. It looks good to me. Going to set this to the side. We still might need some stuff off of it, but now the only thing left to really do is take off these 3 Torx bolts right here. There you go. Unplug the fan, take this one out. Oh yeah, and replace it with this one. Should be easy enough. Nice. There you go. Now all we have to do is put this on the radiator. Easy peasy. Now all that's left is to put the AC condenser on, and then we could just pop that in there. I barely... Turns out this is very soft. The coolant pack is officially in. It's already like 9 p.m, so I'm going to leave it there and we're going to pick up tomorrow. Come on. Oh my gosh, this hose is ripped. Turns out that the radiator hose has been ripped this entire time, and I just found out. So that means I'm going to have to order a new one and keep this unfinished. So with that roadblock, I think I'm just going to leave the project there for now. Let's go ahead and talk about the money and how much money I've spent. Now, first things first, the winning bid on the car was $20,900, which, in case you're new here, that's not actually what you pay off auction because there's auction fees, taxes, and since it was almost 1,000 miles away, towing was pretty expensive. Grand total after all of those expenses, it was exactly $23,564. As for parts, I have spent way more than I could have ever imagined, and I still haven't bought everything. Now, first things first, the hood, bumper, and the steering wheel airbag, I bought all brand new OEM from the dealership, and just those 3 parts alone were $2,450. So basically $2,500 just on 3 parts. Now I spent $33 on the collapsible steering wheel sensor, the only part we really replaced in this entire video, which is kind of sad. I spent $235 on eBay for a brand new grill. From the dealer, they want about $500 for the same grill, so pretty good deal. I spent another $350 at a junkyard or a salvage yard, which we'll talk more about in the next video, for a new AC line that was kinked and for the interior padding for the engine bay. I spent $150 on a new knee airbag because it was blown. Another big purchase was at the dealership for $1,390 for some extra grills for the bumper, a new radiator, and more bumper accessories. So literally like almost $1,500 just for some grills and a radiator. Kind of sad. I spent another $200 on a brand new seatbelt and some more coolant, which we will both be
using in the next video. I spent another $200 on hood hinges, an AC condenser, a coolant jug or a coolant tank, and to reset the computer module in this thing so it forgets that they ever went off. I spent another $480 to get the glass removed and reinstalled. Now I could have done it myself for free, but I don't trust myself, and if I broke the glass, it would cost a lot more. And they did actually a really good job, so check them out. I'm a paying customer and I think they're awesome. I spent another $300 on a used headlight. It's going to need some love and TLC, but I think it will turn out awesome, or at least that's the hope. I spent another $240 on a new headliner and a new carpet because both of them smell and I don't think they could be cleaned. With that being said, that's everything that I've spent so far, but I think there's going to be another $2,000, maybe $3,000 on top that I haven't paid for yet. So long story short, I've spent just under $30,000 so far for this thing. Yeah. My total prediction for how much this car is going to cost at the end of the day is probably $33,500. That's my guess, which is honestly not a very good deal. This was probably the worst purchase I've made so far. Yes, it's a really cool car, but I really just, I got emotional on this one. But that's just the reality of working on rebuilt cars. Sometimes it goes to plan, sometimes you get a rat-infested car that you spent way too much money on and you kind of regret. But my motto has always been, plan for the worst, hope for the best. And this time I planned for the best and I got the worst. So it's kind of on me. So if you liked the video, make sure to like it. If you didn't like the video, please tell me why so I can make them better. And I'll see you in the next one.